Hi, my name is David Leong, and I made this video preview for my TEDx talk. In July 2014, I was in prison. I'm locked behind 3 sets of jail bars, and even though it's in the middle of the summer, the room feels cold. And right in front of me, 2 inmates square off like a couple of caged lions. Tufari, 6'4" and built like a heavyweight boxer, and D, he's about my height but bulked up with muscles out to here. And suddenly they lunge at each other and they go berserk. Their punches are so fast you can hardly see them. And with each punch, their fellow inmates close in tighter and tighter, and they scream louder and louder. And then the circle just closes in and traps me right in the middle. The fight is terrifying, but it's fantastic. You see, I choreographed this fight scene for Macbeth at the Woodburn Correctional Facility. It was part of a program that gives inmates life skills they can use on the outside. And just for the record, I want you to know, I'm not an inmate. I'm a fight choreographer for the theater. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to describe 3 steps that you can take to overcome the major obstacles to collaboration. Now, these obstacles, they're not unique to my profession. They're the same no matter what type of work you do. Okay. So you're probably saying to yourself, come on, Leon, what are you talking about? You're a fight choreographer. You're in the theater. Why should we listen to you? What do you know about collaboration? Well, I've collaborated on over 300 big budget shows on Broadway and for theaters all over the world with famous TV, film, and theater stars. And I'm also a tenured professor and own a communication company that works in the fields of business, science, and healthcare. Have you ever gone to a meeting that had no agenda and when it was over you had no idea what it was about? Have you ever collaborated on a project and gotten stuck because there were too many creative differences? Well, some companies devote between 20 and 28 hours a week in meetings and in conference calls, and that's almost a full work week. The average cost of a Broadway show is $3 to $6 million for a play and $12 to $15 million for a musical. And if we wasted those kinds of hours in the theater, we'd lose tens of thousands of dollars every single day. These useless meetings and unproductive rehearsals will just bankrupt our show before it even opens. And when it works well, collaboration is really inspiring. New ideas are discovered, everyone's excited, and you just feel inspired. But when it doesn't, the process just spins out of control, and you go back to your silos thinking, what a waste of time. There's no way that I want to work with them. When you collaborate, even the best of friends and associates disagree. And sometimes those disagreements result in minor little squabbles, but at other times, they split your group into fighting factions. So how do you make it work? How do you keep collaborating when creative differences threaten to derail the process? And what are the 3 steps you can take to prevent the obstacles to collaboration? Well, I'll tell you. Number 1, create a shared vision. Number 2, create a shared vocabulary. And number 3, create a shared level of trust. Let's take a look at the first one. In 1988, I was hired to choreograph my very first Broadway show, starring Christopher Plummer and Glenda Jackson.